Okay, we are etherTrust. I am Anthony, the project manager and backend developer. We're here with John, our front-end developer and Scrum manager, Jack, our front-end developer, and Simeon, our backend developer.
So let's talk to you about our problem statement. So we've realized that people with low income often have a lot of trouble coming up with financial support and often have a hard time applying for loans or money that they need on a quick access. So for what we wanted to do was we wanted to be able to create a platform that allows people to help other people, but in a secure manner. So by giving contracts out and making sure that these people come together to pay the actual loan. The current lenders often will not give these low income families or people a good interest rate, which often makes it impossible for them to pay it back, and overall really is a detrimental to them. So our solution. We are a leading web application that connects individual borrowers to individual lenders with it, and also we assign a lending agreement that is a secure, automatically grafted smart contract, removing all unnecessary intermediaries. So that means for us that we take out all the middlemen. It's just a person A to person B, and it has a contract that's legally binding, which often allows us to be able to give the best interest rates, the best support, and allow us to help our other low income people.
Okay, now we'll go into our functional demo of our website. So we have it running here. This is our landing page with a sign in. We also have a sign up. We can go through that. So we can just do ether test and enter a password. And then we can just get a fake wallet address and sign up. Then once we sign in, this will be our dashboard page. So you'll see the loans that you're borrowing, or you can lend out loans. Um, Also, we have a little profile here. You can check your account settings. You can view your name, email, wallet address. We don't really want people changing these since it's supposed to be one account per person. And then if you click here, you can change your password. We also have an about page just describing our project. We can request a loan as a borrower, and you can enter your amounts and a requested interest rate as well as a duration, and then submit it. Then the loan will be created and deploy a smart contract. And then, so that will allow other people to find your loan under fund a loan. You won't be able to fund your own loan, but these are other loans that we put out. And then, so if you want to lend, say I want to lend to this one, I can just click fund and that loan will be funded. And then if I go back to my dashboard, we'll see this is the loan that I'm funding. This is the one that I requested. And then you can click and see more details about that. Also, if we were to, so we lent to ether at test.com or test at ether.com. If we sign into that, we can see here that ether at test.com is funding our loan. And then we can make repayments on that. So yes, that's it for the functional demo.
So going back into the value proposition. So the borrowers are able to borrow money without a traditional credit history, also enabling the lenders to earn a higher rate of return of lending capital. This is all about making sure that everyone gets the most benefit. So you are able to give in the amount of money, you also get some money out of it, and it also allows for the people that have to pay the money back to not have ridiculous interest rates that could potentially bury them even further into their debt. Uh, it's also borrowing and lenders automatically secured with a verified Ethereum network, which also means that we're trying to prohibit scams or someone to just make an account and then just leave the next day and take a bunch of money. The whole goal is that it is a legally binding contract that is in a secure network that we connect your whole wallet to. With all that information in the background, it makes it really, really hard for scammers to come in and just go and rampage, take a shit ton of, take a lot of money, and then go. It's really, really important that we make sure that this is a secure platform so that all of our people feel wanted and want to come back and have a good experience using our app. So the technical depth. In prioritizing speed delivery, we had to make some sacrifices, and we were very due to various technical issues. So identity verification to prevent fraud. So as you can see, it's just a login information. If we wanted to improve this in the future, we would make sure that there would be a actual place that you have to submit ID so that you can trace it exactly back to the person, which hopefully should prohibit prevent fraud. Automated testing and continuous integration pipelines is all about making sure that no matter how many users are using it and how many different types of different groups are using it, that it all goes into one platform and everything can be done successfully. So more of a stress test type of situation when this platform is launched. The current system is designed to run entirely locally. Obviously, as it's not launched yet, we haven't put a server up, so it is all run on one local computer, and that is how we've got it running.
All right, so I'm gonna go over all the technical depth more in detail. I know Jack just did that, but we'll just do it again. So we postponed the identity verification part of our project to focus on other things. Identity verification includes ID verification and KYC or Know Your Customer forms. These involve sensitive data in integrating third-party services because a third party needs to verify the data from our perspective so that we can't just make up that this is a customer that we have and stuff like that. So on top of costing us real money to implement this, it would take time learning how these third-party additions work and go through handling all the data that they require. So we decided not to implement it. Regarding the automated testing, we don't currently have any automated testing, and that is because most of our backend functionality was tested manually via curl calls and through interacting with the front end just manually. We didn't focus on the CI/CD pipelines as the curl commands were more than enough. And we also coupled these commands with a shell script so we can literally just run something from our console and get an output of all the tests that fail and all the tests that pass. So we never really needed automated testing. And then the last piece of technical debt is that our project is set up to be run locally. This isn't an issue at all, as it only affects two things. Number one is the backend server, as it needs to be manually run with Node.js. But changing this would literally be less than a minute, as it's just changing 2 or 3 variables. Similar stories with the front end to back end communication, as currently it relies on a locally set up variable that forces it to run on localhost 3000. Again, reconfiguring this is just switching variables in server.js, and nothing would break if we all of a sudden decided to switch to a server host. And then our MongoDB is already connected via a cloud URI, so nothing to change here. It would just be changing the URI to the database. That's it for the technical debt.
Okay, and for our stretch goals, we believe that further development of this project could lead to 5 additional features, one including a credit history and algorithmically determined credit scoring system, which can reduce interest rates for people who have history with us. For feature 2, we could write a system of securing physical or digital assets as collateral to cover loans, such as expensive items that the user might own, which could be secured via smart contract. For feature 3, we could traditionally verify income, or non-traditional income could also be verified for borrowers to be responsible in the case of repayment. For feature 4, we could bundle loans so that lenders can reduce the riskiness of lending to any particular borrower who has a high chance of default. And for feature 5, we could have interest rates determined by the supply and demand of new loans and how many people want loans and how many people are offering to fund loans. Thank you.
All right. Good job, everyone. You can feel free to stop